There is something about chicken soup that hits the spot, but when you add dumplings to the mix, it hits a home run. Today, I'm sharing with you my recipe for Instant Pot chicken and dumplings, and I guarantee your family's gonna love this recipe. I'm Kristen from A Mindful Mom if you're new here, and I love sharing with you easy recipes your family will love, and I love my Instant Pot. And today is all about comfort food fast. I'm taking my Papa's recipe for chicken and dumplings and making it quick enough for weeknight meals. This recipe takes a few shortcuts, but the flavor delivers. And we're gonna get this done in just about 30 minutes. To start, you wanna turn your Instant Pot to saute and let it heat up for just a minute. Once your Instant Pot's heated up, you wanna add in about a tablespoon of olive oil. And then we're gonna add in 1 small minced onion, 2 celery stalks that have been finely minced, and shortcut number 1, we're adding in boneless, skinless chicken breasts. You can certainly use chicken thighs if you prefer dark meat. And I've cubed up my chicken into 1-inch cubes. This is gonna help the chicken cook super quick. Let your chicken, onions, and celery saute for a couple minutes until your onions begin to soften and your chicken becomes white on the outside. It'll take just a couple minutes. Once your chicken is almost all the way sauteed, add in 1 teaspoon of minced garlic. You want to wait to add the garlic till just about the end of the saute period so that your garlic doesn't burn. Burnt garlic will ruin any recipe. We're going to just saute that for about 30 seconds. And then we're gonna add in one of my favorite ingredients that really elevates this soup. We're gonna add in about 1/3 cup of dry white wine. I'm using a Riesling today. You can use a Sauvignon Blanc or a Chardonnay, whatever you have on hand. And if you don't drink, go ahead and just use additional chicken stock. Add in your wine and then scrape up any brown bits on the bottom of your inner pot. This will prevent that burn warning from happening. And then turn your Instant Pot off. Next, we're gonna add in 6 cups of low sodium chicken stock. I'm using my homemade chicken stock. You can use your favorite store brand stock, whatever you like. I'm gonna add in 3 carrots that have been peeled and cut into rounds, and 3 russet potatoes that have been peeled and cut into 1-inch cubes. Next, to season up our chicken and dumplings, I am going to add in 2 sprigs of fresh thyme. This is optional. If you don't like thyme or don't have it on hand, you can use a 1/2 teaspoon of dried thyme or just omit completely. I'm gonna add in 1 bay leaf, and then I'm gonna add in 1/2 teaspoon of seasoned salt. I really like to use seasoned salt in this recipe because it's what my Papa did, and I feel like it flavors the soup perfectly. Now it's time to add our dumplings. I'm gonna show you how easy it is to make homemade dumplings using my Papa's recipe. However, I won't tell anybody if you take another shortcut and you used canned biscuits. If you're using canned biscuits, you're just gonna cut your biscuits into about a 1/2-inch cubes and drop them right into the stock. To make dumplings, mix together 2 cups of flour, 1 tablespoon baking powder, 1 teaspoon salt. Mix that up until it's well combined, and then make a well in the middle of your flour mixture and pour in 3/4 cups of milk and 3 tablespoons of melted butter. Mix that together with a wooden spoon until just combined. Now we're gonna drop our dumpling mixture right into the stock. I'm using a mini cookie scoop. You can certainly use a teaspoon or a regular serving spoon and just kind of dollop them into the stock. Once the dough has all been portioned out into the broth, push down any of the dumplings that may be sticking out of the liquid so that they can be submerged and cook up. They're gonna puff up nicely while they cook in the soup, it's gonna be delicious. They're like little biscuits of just comfort food. Place your lid on your Instant Pot. Make sure your vent knob is pointed towards sealed, not venting. And then we're gonna cook this on high pressure for 5 minutes. 5 minutes is gonna cook those dumplings perfectly, and then we're gonna let this soup natural pressure release for 15 to 20 minutes. That's really important. If you try to release pressure before the 15 minutes is up, you're gonna have hot soup splattering out of your Instant Pot, and your dumplings are gonna become tough. They're gonna seize up. So wait 15 minutes. To set cook time, you're going to hit manual or pressure cook, and then use the plus or minus buttons and adjust until it reads 5. It'll take 5 to 10 to sometimes 15 minutes depending on your elevation for your Instant Pot to come to pressure. And then it's gonna be a cook time of 5 minutes, and then you're gonna let pressure release naturally for 15 minutes. All right, pressure has been released. It is time for you to see these dumplings. You can tell they've puffed up. It looks like they've taken over the soup, but I promise you once you give it a good stir, you'll see there's plenty of liquid left. We're gonna finish this soup by adding in some milk or cream and some peas. I'm using whole milk today because that's what I have on hand, but you can certainly add in heavy cream. You can even use skim milk if you wanna keep this lower in calories. Turn your Instant Pot off, and then we're gonna hit saute again. And this is just going to saute for just a couple minutes just to warm through the milk, and then I'm adding a cup of frozen peas. So we're gonna give that a stir, and as you stir, look for that bay leaf and those thyme leaves and remove it from your soup, and then just let things thicken up here a little. And then it's time to dish out our soup. Oh, you guys, this takes me back to my papa's kitchen. It's so creamy, it's so comforting. I can't wait to dig in there and get one of those dumplings. I know the soup has potatoes and carrots and chicken, but I'm all about the dumplings. It's so good. The dumplings are tender, the broth is richly seasoned. That wine and thyme add just the right amount of flavor. You guys, give this recipe a thumbs up. I hope you try it. Let me know in the comments what you thought, and catch me in my next video where I show you how to make the perfect Instant Pot chicken breast. There's a surprise ingredient that's gonna change the way you make chicken.